Hello, my name is Raul and I will be sharing with you all my final video. So this is my title slide and this is my first scenario. And we mostly learned the basics here, how to add charge, which I did for the sixth part of the first scenario. And what I did here was I had to plan out my life after 5 years after finishing my education, and I did that. I learned how to find a house. I learned about the mortgage and the monthly payments, and I learned how to build a budget, combining all my expenses and finding which one is my biggest expenses using Excel, and also finding my annual income, then my monthly income, and finally finding my discretionary income. For the second scenario, I did the same thing, but this time I had to do a state with income tax because in my previous scenario, I did Texas. I didn't really move out of state, but this time I chose Anchorage, which has income tax. So the first thing I did was find my cost of living, which is 3% higher, and then I had to find my new income. And after finding that, I had to find my taxable income rate, which is 22%. And I had to move around all my expenses and at the same time add my income tax. And I built a whole new chart giving me my expenses for the month. And what I've got out of all the second scenario was that income taxes can really change whether you want to move to a state which has income tax or no income tax. Mostly because, yes, I will be earning a lot more in Anchorage, Alaska, which has income tax, but some of that money is going to go into my tax payments. So that can really deter me from whether staying in Texas or moving to Alaska. So for the final scenario, we had to basically finally pick where we were going to live and pay for our home and really go into depth because there's different ways to tackle a loan payment. And that's what I really learned about ways in this scenario that there's different paths you can take. So I chose the 3.5% path because I couldn't really afford the 20% down payment path. And I also chose a short term because what I learned in this scenario was that yes, you can pick a longer term with smaller payments, which is safer, but your interest paid at the end is much bigger compared to the 15-year term, which is a lot smaller interest paid at the end, but it's a lot higher risk with the monthly payments. But the thing I really liked about the scenario that I learned was that you could at the end of each payment maybe give a little bit extra, and that's where that discretionary income comes in handy because I could give. I think my discretionary income was around grand 300, and I'm willing to give like I don't know that grand 300 in order to finish my payment a bit faster. And I put this into a calculator, and I actually managed to maybe pay 6,000 less of interest and finish off my payment in around 12 years. So yeah, I really learned a lot. I just want to finish it off by saying thank you. Thank you, Dr. H, for teaching us about adult choices. Now know the basics to finding a home. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.